Hello, everyone. Good morning. Buenos dias, Rob. Hey, Oceans. An interesting overnight session again. Had a drop there. It's been recovered a bit, but maybe headed back down now. Most recent uptrend's been played out. Hey, Squid. Toad and Squid, what's good? Good to see you guys. What do we have scheduled for today, guys? Let's see. Oh, today we have Jolts. That should be interesting. 10 a.m. Jolts is going down. Hey, Judy. Morning, Paul. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button on your way in. Hey, Neil. Quite a few levels on both sides of the market here on NQ. See, this gap fill is right above us. And then there's also a gap below too. Yeah, the market could really go either way here. We are very close to this gap up top. Seems like we might go fill that before we do anything else, but we shall see. Hey, Tick Trader, good morning. Close above the moving average. With a higher low, I would go long. Same on ES. You have a slight break right here of the channel though, and a new high, so this thing could be played out. It's not A+ setup for sure. Rather wait for the open and see what happens. Could be another volatile day. All right, we are down to 30 seconds before the open. A really nice higher low here would be tempting, but I think I'm going to hold off. The NQ just closed below the moving average. ES put in a bearish candle. Here we go. Let's see what happens. That's a good way to think about it, Toad. Going for setups like high school calculus final grade. I like that. Hey, Bruno. Good morning. We won't talk about you today. All right, can we get above that moving average or not? It is pretty flat. You'll see here. Completely gone sideways for the past hour and a half. And Q dropping below. Still waiting for some sort of trend to develop here. Good morning there, gaming. Trying to push up. Alright, now if we get a higher low, we'll have to consider it. Pushed a little high for a higher low at this point. This thing looks like it's just going to go straight to a new high here. Ooh, is there a Trump press conference today? My goodness. If you could let us know the time of that, that would be awesome. I actually should have a news service going today. if it has that on it. Oh, sorry, Tom, you already answered my question. The last two are past close. So Trump press conference, past close, and then yes, Alphabet earnings. For sure past close as well. Jolts is 10 a.m. That's always a good reminder. Should be a good one. Come on, baby. We're just kind of hovering right around here at the EMA. Nasdaq's looking a lot stronger than the S&P currently. That's really trying to go up. And S&P lagging still. See if you can get a pop along with the Nasdaq. There's a bullish candle. Just two sideways here for me to really be interested. Trading 101 for dummies. Don't trade against the trend. Very true. Very true. It's just so opposite as most things in life, you know. Most things in life, what goes up must come down. Not too true in trading. Market can just keep going in the same direction much longer than you would expect. All right, NQ is testing yesterday's high right now. Look at the strength on the Nas. We'll see if it can get above and stay above yesterday's high. And then that gap fill is like right there. So only got 60 points. We can stay above yesterday's high. I like taking along there. Playing around with different channel options. Pretty wide at this point, but could easily get confirmed. So, but currently, we're playing this as if it's played out with move up, break, new high, looking for that bear correction. And the S&P still quite heavy. Is not popping up with the Nasdaq. Couple of bear candles here on ES, threatening to drop. This could be the start of a little bear trend. We'll see. We still don't have any trend to really trade off of yet. Falling out here. Looked like it wanted to drop, but now not so much. Buyers stepping up. And let's see, for a long on ES, I don't know. There's just not really a trend that we can draw right now. So I'm still waiting there. But since Nasdaq is at such a key level, we'd consider that again if we get above yesterday's high. Tesla is really strong this morning, which is probably the main reason for the Nasdaq here. Still trying to get above yesterday's high. You know, I don't really mind if the market drops or launches higher. Just want to see some movement. I feel like with all the tariff news, the market's kind of waiting for the next thing. After Mexico and Canada's response yesterday, with the drop stopped and we had this giant gap down. Mexico and Canada news came out, we popped up, and then we just chopped around. So it just feels like the market's waiting for some news. Alberta's calling some bullish pressure today. We'll see. Back below the moving average. Nasdaq still has yet to get above yesterday's high. Couple rejections so far, but it's not out of the woods. S&P continuing to chop right around the moving average. And we're about 13 minutes away from jolts. Now it's trying to make one more push to get above that high. ES really lagging here. But if the ES pops up, the Nasdaq is definitely going to pop up. And there's the pop for an NQ. See if it holds this area. If it does, I will be looking at a long. We can basically stay above this area, come back, retest it. I like a long headed towards that gap fill. No, Toad, not so close to news. If it happens, maybe if it happens like right now. But no, yeah, unfortunately, the news will probably get in our way. And ES just not showing the same strength. So that'll eventually wear down, man. Like if the ES just is refusing to pop with the Nasdaq is not going to be able to continue to rally. Series of higher lows now on ES. All right, finally ES getting that push up. But we got news here in 7 minutes. This could be a bull trap for sure. Man, oh man, we're just not getting even a pullback here on NQ, and it's getting too late with news. So gonna have to wait until Jolts is over. Probably go and get that gap fill right now. We're only a few points away. And how on earth do you draw this uptrend on S&P? Really funky looking. No clean way to draw it. So again, we're just gonna have to wait for news, see how that develops things. And Q reaching for that gap fill here. And besides Jolts, we really don't have anything else during market hours. Like someone was saying, like Tom was saying, we do have earnings, Alphabet earnings after close, which is a big deal. Trump press conference after the close, which is a big deal, but shouldn't affect the markets during the day. Definitely have, you know, be following Trump on Twitter, be following news feeds, because anything can happen. We saw that yesterday with a huge bounce off some news, so that's kind of gonna be how it is the next 4 years, so gear up for that. All right, gap has been filled on NQ. All that big drop over the weekend is now done with. And here we got news in 10 seconds. Hold on to your seats, ladies and gentlemen. Could get crazy here. Factory orders down 0.9%. Where's Jolt's coming in at? Still shows pending on mine. Down quite a bit, 7.6 million. We were forecasted at 8. Saludos, Harmonious. Good morning. Alright, so we can see that possible little overshoot of this channel. Maybe not. ES, I think, also has a little overshoot of that channel. So, oftentimes will lead to a correction, sometimes a straight up reversal. Seeing if that's going to be the case here. So at least we have all the news behind us. We can just start looking at what's developing here. Move down would be preferable now because this is a really tricky uptrend to draw. There's really no neat way to fit it all in. Something like this has a lot of space around it, so not clean. It would be much more clean if we could have an orderly drop from here. I don't expect that to happen, but that's what I would like to happen. Waiting to see if this overshoot will lead to a correction. And the gap on ES still above. I'm looking to see where that comes in. Yeah, we're still quite a ways away on S&P from that gap fill from over the weekend. We still got like 20 points or so. If we keep going up, I will be forced to draw that big trend. I just really don't want to. Market's gonna have to convince me. Right. Can we correct? That is the question. Hey, Nico. Nice to be done in the morning, huh? Alright, we are not correcting off of that overshoot, so I think I'm going to be forced to do what I don't want to do. Just draw this fatty trend. Looks a lot cleaner on the Nasdaq, so we're going to flip over there. The next level I'll be looking at for ES is yesterday's high, which is 6049 and a quarter. We're like right there. In Q steadily going up. We have a nice tidy channel. I like this. I like this price action. Right now we are going, what is this level here? Oh, that's from a couple days ago. That's not really relevant anymore. Next level, really above the NQ, would be the high from Friday. Okay, so the Nasdaq looking really good. Uptrend is continuing. I'm just looking for a pullback, and then I want to get long. ES is now above yesterday's high. As long as we stay there, I also want to get long. So bull bias on both markets. Yeah, Tom, I saw that news item that came what do we got here? Like 20 minutes ago, and I didn't really notice any volatility around it or any reaction around it. So I don't know if the market cares too much. I mean, in overall it cares, but what I mean is I don't think it was like a major like yesterday, the news on Mexico, boom, like reversed the market in an instant. I don't think it was one of those kind of announcements. I'm just seeing now that Trump says a call with China will happen today. So that could be interesting. Depending on how that conversation goes, what the result of that is, so be ready for that. Okay, we are retesting yesterday's high. See if it can hold. NQ on a pullback. Looking to get long if we can get back to the EMA. We have one test here I like so far. So we had this pullback. Had one bounce on yesterday's high. If we can come back, get a second bounce, I'm gonna like that. NQ continuing to correct here. Watching the moving average closely. They'll need that one more test there on yesterday's high. I would prefer if we get down to the EMA even. Definitely leaning on the long side here. Looking for that setup. We take off from here. Really, the next stop on ES is that gap fill above. I think it's pretty likely that we get there. We didn't really have a setup to trade off that. The best chance would have been, oops, this bullish bar here, but it has a really tall wick on the top. It never ticked below. Just no way to get in on that in a way that has a high probability. Push up to the new high. Again, we got that gap fill looming above. Can the market push up there? Toad, I think, I don't know what calculus class you're taking, but that's a tricky one, my friend. That's the calculus for degens. Coming back on S&P to that previous day high, which was that breakout area. Looks like it might retest it here. Getting a nice green bar here on the EMA. Yeah, one more test and I'll take it. Gotta have that second pullback. Didn't quite get back to the EMA on that bar. Morgan K, it did on yours. I did reload earlier, so I don't think that's an issue for me today. Could be wrong, but that's my sense. Come on, baby. Just one higher low at the EMA is all we need. Get a nice long setup here. Might get the chance here. That's not what we're looking for. Hey, Cricket, nice. I see you there. I see you there. Yeah, looks like we might be getting in for a correction here. Pretty big drop there on ES, so yeah, that long didn't really set up. We're back below yesterday's high, and that's really the line in the sand here, guys. What we're looking for is action above yesterday's high here on the S&P. So yeah, in order to get long, we need to push above that, get a nice higher low. But right now, we just need to let the market correct. Looks like that's what it wants to do. Still long biased. I would still trade from the long side, so be looking for opportunities there. Yeah, well, I hope it's a great day for y'all. I'm gonna hop over to the Discord. If you are not a part of that community, the link is below. Join us, fantastic group of traders. Trade alongside me for the rest of the market day, calling out setups, making money together. So peace and love, everyone. Have a safe trading day, and I will catch you next time. Later.